In the early 1990s, African universities were hit hard by political and economic turmoil, which brought significant setbacks to higher education's capacity to address the continent's development priorities, leaving universities struggling to adapt and facing some of their darkest moments.
So the period, the 90s, the 80s, was a disastrous time for Africa. There was deterioration in universities. The investment in human capital went down. Infrastructure went down. The university lost touch with the communities.
To address these challenges of food and nutrition insecurity, the Rockefeller Foundation launched the Forum for Agricultural Resource Husbandry, FORUM, in 1992.
They came with a program called the Forum that aimed to refertilize capacities in 10 selected universities in Eastern and Southern Africa in terms of helping bring back the research. But the research must be linked to addressing the needs of the smallholder farmers, because that research was to help respond to the challenges of the emerging food crisis.
When the Forum project ended in 2002, following a reorientation of the Rockefeller Foundation, the vice-chancellors of the 10 participating universities recognized the project's positive impact and decided to form a new African-led consortium to continue its work.
The vice-chancellors who were in the network formed what they call the board of directors of RUFORUM. So when we met in Nairobi at the Continental Hotel, I remember that vividly, and I was given the privilege to chair that because I was already the host of the network. We said, how do we run this institution, this network, and do we still retain the old name Forum, or we come up with a new name? But we agreed. The minutes were written, and later on it was confirmed that the new network would be called RUFORUM.
It was agreed that a standalone secretariat would be established to coordinate activities among the member universities, with Makerere University in Uganda winning the bid as the most suitable location for hosting the new organization.
Now the next step was because we agreed the head of the secretariat of the forum should be called a coordinator. All of us agreed after scoring and making notes about each candidate. We agreed unanimously that Professor Dipara was the most suitable candidate for the job.
This year, the RUFORUM network celebrates 20 years as an apex network for strengthening and promoting the role of universities in agricultural and national development, marking a significant milestone.
You see, like a parent, when you see your children grow up and they become successful, you feel good. I can just thump myself because of the success story RUFORUM is.
The vision at that time was to create an organization which is African-owned, African-led, and respected. And I'm sure, looking back now, I see that RUFORUM delivered that.
Looking back at our inception in 2004, it's astounding to see how far RUFORUM has evolved and grown, from a modest start of 10 member states in 5 countries to a continent-wide network encompassing 170 universities across 40 African countries. This remarkable expansion reflects just how far we have come.
When RUFORUM was created by the 10 vice-chancellors, our focus was to get these 10 universities working together. As the students went back to their countries, they wanted their universities to be part and parcel of RUFORUM. So it is that demand from the alumni that has created the biggest push for expansion.
Over the past 20 years, RUFORUM has cultivated a strong Pan-African presence, rapidly forming new networks and expanding in both diversity and reach, while uniting universities across diverse countries, cultures, and geographies.
And I think that is what RUFORUM is all about. Trying to promote networking, better understanding among the new generation of Africa, but also enabling African students to train in the different countries so that they're able to know what development issues, what opportunities are in other countries.
The RUFORUM network has unlocked opportunities for African universities to actively engage in and contribute to the continent's development strategic framework through the comprehensive Africa Agriculture Development Program.
A meeting by African heads of states in Mozambique, in Maputo, in 2003, came up with the comprehensive African agricultural development programs. But remember, the new organization was about Regional Universities Forum for Capacity Building in Agriculture. So the Vice Chancellors recognized that we must align what we want to do with the continental aspiration. So the new program should aim to support effort to build capacity for implementing the continental agenda.
2 decades ago, the idea of African universities producing PhD holders seemed unattainable due to a lack of coursework-based doctoral programs and a shortage of PhD graduates. Today, RUFORUM's vision has become a reality, with regional PhD and master's training programs established.
I think it is one of the best things that RUFORUM has done for Africa, to develop collaborative regional training programs, but not only PhD, they also develop master's programs.
Through our pioneering postgraduate training programs, our alumni have evolved into proactive scientists and agents of change, shaping the future with innovative approaches and rising to prominent roles as leading scientists.
RUFORUM was all about quality and building attitude towards work. Really, I'm not here in Naro by accident to emerge as a leader. The course in soft skills and personal mastery impacts on the way how you handle the human component. So RUFORUM nurtured us in that manner. And that's why today I'm sure when you move across the African continent, we are part of the influencers of development, I can say confidently.
Over the past 2 decades, RUFORUM has stood as a beacon of academic excellence, partnering with African universities to cultivate high-performing graduates and groundbreaking research. This vibrant network has responded to the innovative demands of Africa's farmers, fostering sustainable livelihoods and propelling national economic development.
It has been a great honor working with RUFORUM, even if I go backwards with the colleagues that were together in the forum in the 5 countries, then creating this body that now is providing a very, very good platform for networking universities across Africa. As RUFORUM, you celebrated these 20 years. I think look back that you have traveled a difficult road, but the road ahead is even more difficult. But don't lose focus on the issue of quality, on the issue of promoting inclusivity, and remain proactive. Engage the policymakers, support the efforts of African governments, and work with other actors so that we remove hunger and malnutrition from the face of Africa.